Dear friends and followers, welcome back to my channel with yet another travel destination. Today, we will go to some of the most popular sea beaches in India, take a cruise in the Mandovi River, and take a boat ride into the Arabian Sea to spot dolphins. That's right, I'm talking about Goa. If you have a short vacation with fewer number of days and still want to enjoy and relax, Goa is the place to be. In today's video, I will talk about how to reach Goa, where to stay, which beaches to visit, the common sightseeing points, and things you should definitely try out in Goa. So stay tuned till the end of today's video. If you are new to my channel, please like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to hit the bell icon. Friends, let me tell you that Goa is an evergreen destination, and you will enjoy visiting even if you go multiple times. I have visited Goa twice in the last couple of years myself. If you want to do a very detailed sightseeing in Goa, you will need close to 8 days. But I will tell you how you can do a good and relaxing tour in just 5 days. It will help fellow travelers who have less time for vacation and still want to take a break from their busy schedule. Let's have a look at the tour plan. On day 1, reach Goa by flight or train. Goa's Dabolim International Airport has very good connectivity with many cities. You can also drive to Goa if you are coming from nearby cities. Goa tour is primarily divided into two parts, which are North Goa and South Goa. You should spend close to 2 days in each place to experience North Goa and South Goa together. We arrived at the airport in the morning and took a prepaid cab to our hotel in Kalangut in North Goa. Enjoy the evening in Kalangut beach. Night stay at Kalangut. On day 2, start off for sightseeing of North Goa. Also take a boat ride at Coco Beach to watch dolphins in the Arabian Sea. I will tell you the spots you should visit later on in this video. Night stay at Kalangut. On day 3, check out of your hotel at Kalangut and go to Kolva Beach in South Goa. Enjoy the evening in the Silver Sand Beach at Kolva. Night stay at Kolva. On day 4, start off for a conducted tour of South Goa. While returning, reach the boat cruise booking center near Mandovi Bridge in Panjim. Take the evening cruise in the Mandovi River during the sunset. On day 5, take a flight or train from Goa for your return journey. If you have more number of days to spare, you may stay back for a couple of days more to visit Palolem Beach and Dudhsagar waterfalls. There are more than 30 beaches in Goa. But in today's video, I will let you know how you can visit some of the best beaches, the most significant historical churches and heritage buildings, etc. you should visit in a short getaway. Let's start with the tour plan. On day 1, reach Goa in the morning. We reached Dabolim Airport. You will find prepaid cab booking centers near the exit gate of the airport. You may take buses from the airport as well. The airport is very well connected with Panjim, which is like the city center. You will find multiple buses at regular intervals to different locations in Goa from Panjim. We booked a prepaid cab from the airport, which dropped us to our hotel in Kalangut. Kalangut is a prominent beach in North Goa. After having lunch, you may start off for some shopping near the entry to the Kalangut beach. You will find many shops which sell fruits, drinks, cashew nuts and different kinds of artifacts. You will also find pubs and fish spas as well. Fish spa is a kind of pedicure where a person dips his feet into a pool with small fishes. The small fishes remove old hard layers of tissue from your feet and hence it's called a fish spa. In the evening you should see sunset from the beaches and hence it's important that you note the sunset time at Goa on that very day. You may easily find it by searching it in the internet. Reach the beach half an hour before sunset. You may watch sunset from the beach. Some people also do parasailing where a parachute is dragged by a tugboat and you can view sunset from the parachute. You may also try water sports such as banana boat rides or jet ski. You will find booking stalls in the beach itself. I saw sunset from the beach. Goa lies on the west coast and hence you can view the majestic view of sunset over the blue Arabian Sea. If you have seen Indian Ocean or Bay of Bengal, you can easily spot the difference in the color of sea here. You will find beach shacks with dining arrangements on the beach. You may try having snacks there as well. Also remember, alcoholic drinks are inexpensive in Goa as the taxes on alcohol are negligible here. You will find many tourists having beer and other liquors, but I have not seen people creating a mess over drinking. I have found people in Goa, including tourists, very well behaved as compared to many other places. Speaking about food, it's best to have food in these beach shacks in the evening. The waiters put a candle on the table and you can literally experience candlelight dinners on the beach. You may walk to another popular beach which is adjacent to Kalangut beach. That's the Baga beach. I would suggest you to visit the Baga beach by walking. North Goa is famous for beach parties. It is the festive part of Goa as opposed to South Goa where the beaches are very calm. You should experience both, and that's why I have split the accommodations into two parts. Enjoy the evening in the beach. Book a car for sightseeing in North Goa the next day. You will find many taxi stands near the markets and shopping centers. You may book a conducted tour by bus as well. You will find government tour booking stalls as well as private tour booking stalls in the market. I will let you know the tour plan and the places you should visit in day 2 soon. Please check if those places are included in the conducted tour if you opt to take a conducted tour by bus. If you are taking a car, then mention those places to the driver beforehand. You may take self-drive cars or bikes as well, but I will not recommend it. You may be liable for damages that may happen to the car you hired to drive. Enjoy the rest of the evening on the beach. Do not try to bathe in the sea after sunset. Night stay at Kalangut. On day 2, start off for the sightseeing of North Goa at about 10:30 am in the morning. Make sure you carry hats or caps or sunglasses and water as it may be very hot outside. On the way, notice the design of the houses in Goa. You will find Portuguese architecture very common, bearing testimony to the fact that Goa was once an overseas Portuguese province. Start the sightseeing by visiting Aguada Fortress. The word Aguada means watering palace in Portuguese. The fort was built in 1612. There is an upper fort and a lower fort with an old lighthouse. You will find water storage chambers in the upper fort. From the fort, you will see a majestic view of the sea. The fort is open for visitors every day from 9:30 am to 6 pm. Next, go to Cinqueram Beach. You will find remnants of a fortress that was built to protect Goa in historical times from invaders. The fort divides the shore into two parts. It is said that this was one of the first tourist beaches in Goa. Next, go to Coco Beach. This beach is beautiful in itself, but the main attraction lies in the boat cruise that takes place from Coco Beach. You may buy tickets from a counter in the beach. Take the boat cruise which takes you to a deep part of the Arabian Sea where you can see dolphins. Sighting of dolphins might require some patience. You may keep your camera to record videos as you will not get time to click a still photo once you see the dolphins. The boat cruise is of about 45 minutes. Next, visit the snow park at Goa. The snow park is a theme park with artificial snow inside the park. It's open from 11 am to 7 pm every day, and each ticket costs 500 rupees. The ticket cost includes winter gears such as boots, jackets, gloves, etc., which will be provided to you during your stay in the park. Walk cautiously, as the park will have snow inside and snow can be slippery. You may carry cameras inside, but be aware that cameras might be damaged by water vapor condensation once you come out from the cold environment. Next, visit the Morjim Beach. It is famous for the breeding ground of rare olive ridley turtles. After Morjim Beach, go to Vagator Beach. You can see glimpses of the Shapora Fort from the beach. Parts of the famous Hindi movie Dil Chahta Hai were shot here. You may wear a hat to protect yourself from the intense sunshine. You will find that the beach is a bit rocky. Next, go to Anjuna Beach. You will find porous rocks here on the beach. You will find small crabs running all around on these rocks. While returning from Anjuna Beach, go to Panaji. You will see the Mandovi River here, which flows into the Arabian Sea. You may do a boat cruise on the Mandovi River. You may book tickets from the many booking counters here. Tickets cost close to 300 rupees per head. Children above 3 feet in height need tickets. Usually there are two cruises, one at 5:45 pm and another at 6:15 pm. The cruise is of about an hour in duration. Take the cruise which overlaps with the time of sunset, so that you may experience the sunset from the boat while cruising in the Mandovi River. You will also get a view of Goa from the boat. Usually there are entertainment arrangements on the boat such as folk dance. Everyone remains in party mode and enjoys the cruise. There are food items available on board as well. The cost of food items is not included in the ticket. After the cruise, come back to your hotel. You may enjoy dinner on any of the beach shacks or in any good seafood restaurant. You may try shopping from the markets as well, or you may try fish spa. There are tattoo parlors as well. If you want to do a tattoo, make sure you do so from a good parlor with good quality and hygiene to avoid risk of infections. A quick traveler tip: do not keep your camera uncovered for long in seashores, as it might damage the camera. Please do let me know in the comment box if you want a separate video on travel photography. On day 3, check out of your hotel in North Goa and reach South Goa. You can go by buses or cabs. Check into your hotel at Kolva. Kolva Beach is known as Silver Sand Beach, as the sand appears silvery in color instead of the usual yellowish color. Notice the difference in ambience in the beaches in South Goa as opposed to the beaches in North Goa. It is very calm and quiet, and you will rarely find beach parties here. In the daytime, you may try bathing in the sea if you want. Do not go deep into the Arabian Sea. Bathe at a safe depth. Remember, going very near to the sea is not allowed after sunset. Book the car or bus tickets for the South Goa tour on day 4. I will let you know the important places you should visit in South Goa soon. On day 4, start off for sightseeing of South Goa after breakfast. Start comfortably at around 10 am. Start by visiting Ancestral Goa. It's a theme park with a beautiful museum at the village called Lotolim. Ancestral Goa is open on all days from 9 am to 6 pm. The place was built to show how everyday lives of people were in ancient Goa. You will see historical furnitures, ancient kitchens, etc. There is also a room with hundreds and thousands of idols of Lord Ganesha. You will also find a beautiful garden. You will also see the longest laterite sculpture in India here. It depicts Sant Mirabai playing her tamburi. It indicates the effects of the rich Gandhara school of art. You will also find a temple with a big golden footprint there. It is said that if you pray for something here, it comes true. It's called the Legend of Bigfoot. You will also see a large statue of Lord Shiva here. If you look at the statue from a distance, you will see the eyes of Lord Shiva open. If you go close and have a second closer look, you will see the eyes closed and a smile. Do you see the difference? On your way back from the museum, you will find cashew plantations by the roadside. Cashew plants are very common in Goa, and hence you will find cashew nuts at a much cheaper price here. Buy cashew nuts from here if you like it. Another place where you will find cashew nuts at a cheaper price is Thauli in Orissa. A liquor is also made from cashew nuts. It's called cashew fenny. It's a typical local Goan liquor. After Ancestral Goa, go to Shanta Durga temple. The temple is about 300 years old. You will find a deep stambha or a lamp tower in the temple premises. Next, go to Mangeshi temple. This temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva. It was built in 1560 and hence it's about 450 years old. After the tour of temples, we will do a tour of churches. After Mangeshi temple, go to the Basilica of Bom Jesus. The church is close to 450 years old and has the holy relics of Saint Francis Xavier. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Bom Jesus literally means good or holy Jesus. It is the oldest church in India. The main altar bears a statue of Ignatius of Loyola. The relics of Saint Francis Xavier are exhibited every 10 years. The last exhibition was from December 2014 till early January 2015. Next, go to Sea Cathedral. It is a part of the World Heritage Churches in Goa. It was built in 1619 to commemorate the victory of Portuguese in conquering Goa. The main altar is dedicated to Saint Catherine of Alexandria. The tower of the cathedral has a huge bell known as the Golden Bell because of its color. It's probably the largest in Goa and one of the finest in the world. Portuguese and Gothic architecture is very common in the churches of Goa. That concludes a brief sightseeing of South Goa. Return to your hotel in Kolva and enjoy sunset from the Silver Sand beach at Kolva. In the evening, enjoy local Goanese cuisine. How about trying out fried mackerel fish for dinner at a local restaurant? If you are vegetarian, you may try out lip-smacking smoked paneer cubes or local masala fruit juice at the market. On day 5, start off for your return journey. You may take a flight or a train back to your destination. If you can afford to stay a couple of days more, you may visit Palolem Beach or Dudhsagar waterfalls from South Goa. Goa has more than 30 beaches and all the beaches are extremely beautiful. This short tour is designed for travelers who want to relax and enjoy their short vacation in Goa. Now that you have an idea about the tour, let's get into some of the vacationers' info as always. I will let you know where to stay, what to eat, what to buy, when to go, what to experience. I will also give away some useful traveler tips at the end of today's video. Let us start with where to stay. Goa's economy is largely supported by tourism and hence there is no dearth of hotels here. You can book government hotels as well as private hotels. Check the review before booking. I would suggest book in advance because the prices can surge in the last moment. There are hotels on the beach or facing the sea. These hotels will be a bit expensive. There are hotels very near to the beach but does not have a sea view. Those will be a bit inexpensive. We booked government hotels with sea view through the official website of Goa Tourism Development Corporation or GTDC. Let's talk about the lip-smacking dishes and delicious Goanese cuisine. You may try out baked fish such as mackerel or Bombay duck, or you may try out prawns or crabs if you are not allergic to these dishes. Do try out chicken zakuti or shaguti as they call it. It's a typical Goanese dish. It's spicy and tastes delicious. If you are vegetarian, try out paneer zakuti. You should also try masala fruit juice from shops in the market. Goa is a tourist attraction throughout the year. The peak season is from November to March. The climate of Goa is warm and hence winter months are best to visit Goa. There are a number of things which you can buy from Goa. Firstly, cashew nuts is very cheap in Goa and you can buy cashew of different grades from government shops in Goa. You may bargain a little as well. Also, liquor is taxed less in Goa. Goa's local liquor is cashew feni. You may buy small showpieces or lampshades. You will find decorative lampshades being sold everywhere. I would recommend you to do the shopping from the market areas and not near small shops near beaches for a better price. Goa is all about fantastic experiences. You may try bathing in the sea during the morning. You may try water sports such as jet ski or parasailing as well. I personally like to do paragliding at hill stations. One of the best places to try out paragliding is Khajjar in Himachal Pradesh. You may try out candlelit dinners on beaches as well. I have seen travelers enjoying at pubs as well, but I believe Goa is best experienced on beaches. Pubs are common in other places as well. Time for some useful traveler tips. In Goa, everything is priced reasonably, except transportation. Hence, you might consider doing sightseeing through the conducted bus tours or travel to places by availing buses. Also, Goa is famous for seafood. Before trying out crabs and prawns, make sure you are not allergic to these seafoods. Also, Goa is all about enjoying the beach. make sure to carry sunscreens and hats to protect yourself. Now comes the most important tip. Make sure you abide by the latest COVID regulations mandated by the government. This can be found in the website goa.gov.in. As on date, you have to carry a negative RT-PCR report while entering Goa along with complete vaccination certificate. The RT-PCR report is valid for 72 hours from sample collection. Foreigners will have to undergo a rapid test at the airport. Please check the other regulations on the government website for details. Friends, that was it for today. If you want to visit hill stations or forests, check out my other videos on my channel. Hope you found today's video useful. If yes, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Till then, happy traveling.